Hi everyone, my name is Donnie Lowy from Closeoutexplosion.com. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I want to give you some tips on how to sell fashion jewelry. So these tips I believe can be used for many different formats of selling. And of course you always want to adjust your strategies to make them more suitable for the market that you're in. In other words, there could be a general tip, let's say for flea markets, but that same tip you could be used for a retail store, but you have to modify that strategy. So for instance, let's say you want to group fashion jewelry, and I would tell you, have a big sign at a flea market, and you could have, 10 pieces of fashion jewelry for $5. At a flea market, you might want to already group them together into bags of 10, because there'll be so many people coming by that it's going to be too overwhelming if everyone's trying to make their own set, and then you have to count every customer's, to make sure they have, the selection they took, to make sure they have 10 pieces. Now, by a boutique, usually you're dealing with one customer at a time. In that case, you might want to put it at a higher price, but allow the customers to make their own selection. You're going to put it at a higher price because you might have, you're more of a service. You're helping customers make their own selection, matching up the fashion jewelry to the dresses that they're buying or to the other, accessories that they're buying. So it's going to take a lot more effort on your part. And at the same time, it's worth for your customers to pay more because you're getting more of a service. So you understand, so it's one tip, but you're making it more suitable for the market that you're selling in. All right, so let me give you some tips as far as selling fashion jewelry, and I definitely would love to hear your ideas as well. Number one, you can separate the fashion jewelry into different categories. Categories could be based on price points, quality, usability, meaning let's say you have fashion jewelry that's for the office, fashion jewelry for a night out, fashion jewelry for a fancy occasion such as a wedding. Tip number two is have different price points. It's very important. If you sell everything at the same price point, everyone's going to assume that everything is worth the same price. Meaning you could get an amazing deal. Let's say you buy this box of fashion jewelry from me and you get 500 to 600 pieces of fashion jewelry, and you've paid for this fashion jewelry 30 cents a piece. So you're really excited. You mark everything at $1, and you say to yourself, hey, if you pay 30 cents, you sell it for $1, that's a pretty good markup. But here's the thing. You don't want customers to think that every piece that you're selling is only worth $1. As a matter of fact, you want to price it more according to its value. So for instance, I'm just going to look for something. A set like this, you might want to price it, and I'm just making a suggestion, maybe let's say for $5. And of course, the price that you're going to be selling it for, you have to sell it at the price that it makes sense, right, for your market. Now, so let's just assume theoretically you're selling this for $5, and we're going to find another item. Here we go. Let's find this, this children's fashion jewelry. So you might only want to sell this for $1. Now, why aren't you selling everything for $1? Because while this might be worth, let's say, $1 or $2 a piece, but what I showed you before might be just, for instance, it might be worth in the stores, I don't know, the full retail value might be $10. So of course, you want to give people a discount as compared to what you would pay other places, but at the same time, you want to have a price that reflects the value, because people do judge merchandise by the price that it is being sold for. Here's another idea, and I've kind of mentioned this before. Another tip is to, have different jewelry sorted out and explain to people, whether you have a sign or you're doing it by speaking to people or on your website, but take that extra step and explain to people what the suitability of this specific item is, and that's how they're going to be able to imagine, and they're going to be able to perceive, how they're going to use it and when they're going to use it. And also, if you could find, unique items such as, let's say, this keychain, what you might want to do is you might want to match up in your store, or flea market, or a website with other items that you sell. Another tip is to make suggestions. Be proactive about it, and take some of your jewelry and already match it up ahead of time with some of the items that you sell. So let's say if you sell, handbags, and you're selling really, maybe let's say very fancy handbags. So you might want to take an item that's very fancy that matches to the handbag. Let's say these pair of earrings, and put them next to the handbag, and say, put a sign. These handbags, are, whether you do it online or offline, but make it very clear that the pair of earrings match to the handbags. And what we could do is either offer it, at a separate price. Let's say you're selling handbags for $50, and you're selling these pairs of earrings for $5. So you can just have it, priced separately, or you could offer it as a sale. Say if you buy the handbags, then you get these pair of earrings for an additional $2 or an additional $3, as it might be. Another thing you could do is you can make sets. Let's say you have an evening dress by Calvin Klein, and these earrings will look perfectly, matchable, suitable with the dress. Maybe sell it as a set, meaning you have the dress and have 5 pairs of similar earrings together, and this way you're able to charge more for the entire set, and you're also offering a great service to your customers because you're giving them items that match already with what they're buying. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Thank you so much for watching. My cell phone WhatsApp number is 1-917-913-6093. Have an amazing day.